Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Next Team Podcast, episode 27. Today, we're going to be talking about the semi-finals of the Euro 2020 tournament. But before we get into the episode proper, I just want to remind you guys, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Spotify as the Next Team Podcast. We're also on Instagram as at the Next Team SG. So, today, joining me are Vikas and Tarun, we are lacking in manpower today, but let's see let's see if it makes for better discussion. So boys, Italy and Spain 1-1 at after extra time. On penalties, Italy won 4-2. So who wants to get the ball rolling?
How about Tarun today for a change? Let's go.
Yeah, sure. Why not? It was. I'm gonna say it was an end-to-end action kind of match, but it was very scrappy and it was a bit boring, which is not what you'd expect from an end-to-end kind of match.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, okay lah.
Okay, go on, Vikas.
As in, okay lah. As in, I get it. Like it could be more entertaining because there weren't. Okay, I think the real reason why it wasn't as entertaining was because there wasn't many clear-cut chances. And I think the Italy-Belgium game sort of set a standard to what an end-to-end game is supposed to be. So I think that's why Tarun finds it boring. I didn't find it that boring. I think it's still okay. It's still tolerable because I've seen worse matches being a United fan. So for me, it was okay. I think it was still okay. And I mean, I was happy that it went to penalties because having waited for 120 minutes, I mean, I didn't want it to get ruined by like some extra time goal. At least penalties is fun to watch. And,
yeah. So, well, my thoughts on the game. Well, Spain had so many chances, but that has been their. I think they are sort of. It's been their. It's been a story
trend.
for them.
The trend, yeah.
Yeah, the trend for them throughout the tournament. If I remember correctly, they had like 23 shots against Switzerland, and they only managed to score one goal. So, it's quite. It's a stark contrast to the Spain that we saw 10 years ago. Even though we did get a glimpse of it this match, but we'll come to that later.
Just to back you up there, right? They took I took a picture of the stats from last game. The Italy Spain. So the attempts Spain made was 16 attempts. Compared to Italy 7, and then the ball possession was like 65%, like utter domination, honestly.
Yeah, but to be fair, they did take a lot of shots outside the box. Like
they did. Like, I mean, it was horrendous. Like, I mean,
like terrible shots.
The quality of finishing by Spain, I think, is what let them down ultimately. I feel because Italy had hardly created much, but Chiesa's quality came through. Which we'll take it goal by goal, I guess.
Yeah. But I was saying in terms of the long shots, I mean, Oyarzabal had some horrendous long shots.
Oh my god.
Okay, we'll go through the match first, then we'll discuss all this. Okay, how about this? So a largely quiet first half. Not much to really discuss. Unless you guys have anything to discuss from the first half.
I thought initially, Italy first I think 5 minutes. Italy looked the better team, and then I was telling Tarun like, Spain have to score in the first half like to actually give themselves a chance.
Right.
And I was proven completely wrong because immediately after the first 5 minutes, Spain started dominating the match, and I think the trend was as such till the end of the first half. And I think Spain would be going into the halftime dressing room thinking they played much better than Italy.
Right.
But again, I feel like the lack of quality up top was evident as usual. They weren't able to finish anything of note. It was quite horrendous, to be fair. I think there's one chance which forced Donnarumma to say, was that the first half or the second half? I forgot. It was going to the bottom corner. Tarun, do you remember?
It might.
I can't remember.
I think it's the second half. I think because Donnarumma was standing on the right side of the screen. So Spain were attacking towards the right. Oh no, that's the first half then. Because
I think it's first half. Yeah. If I'm not wrong, it's the first half. I would say in terms of, I mean, there weren't any clear-cut chances, but overall, I would say Spain had the better first half.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say they had a better second half too.
Yeah, you could say they had the better 120 minutes as well.
Dude,
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it. Okay,
Sure,
we'll get to all that. So that's it for the first half. Really, quite a bit of an
Mm.
uneventful first half. But then after the second half starts, 15 minutes after the second half starts, Chiesa scores. Chiesa back at it again, scoring again. It's a
Banger.
man.
Excellent goal.
He's a red
Banger.
hot. Yeah, he's a red hot on form, and honestly, it was a very very incredible goal. He tried the same thing during the first half, right? And he hit the post.
Was it?
Yeah, he hit the
I don't
post.
remember.
He hit the post.
Okay, I wasn't. I don't know. I don't remember this for some reason. But
I don't think so.
Or
I
was it
doubt it.
Spain who hit the post? No, it wasn't. It was Italy who hit the post. Yeah, they hit the post, the far post, and then he tried the same thing again.
wasn't it Emerson who hit the post like in the near side? And I remember that's the one I remember because I had him in my FPL. I captained him, lah.
Okay, never mind.
But yeah, that's
Let's
okay.
just move past that.
yeah, let's just
Someone
move
hit the
past.
post in the first half. That's it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Chiesa, what there's no confusion about is that Chiesa had a brilliant tournament, has had a brilliant
Mm.
tournament. Yeah. I'm honestly. Ooh,
Do you think
he's
that
quite
Unai
scary,
Simon could have done better?
for the
Yeah.
first goal? Is it? I mean, for
Yeah.
for Italy's goal, obviously.
He just looked stunned.
Okay. The thing about that is, there were two defenders, and Chiesa's shot bisected the two defenders. So Unai Simon was actually unsighted until the ball crossed the first defender, and then at that point there's really nothing he can do.
No chance.
So yeah, I doubt he could have done any better, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
speaking of keepers, right? I thought both keepers were actually giving the ball away a few times. And I mean, Tarun is smiling there, but I personally said during the match that why not play De Gea when Unai Simon is making the same mistakes, and De Gea is also probably prone to the same mistakes. But De Gea overall is a better shot stopper, so might as well play him. That was my point actually. What do you all
Uh,
feel?
I disagreed with that. DK, what are your thoughts?
It's time to make way for the next generation, I feel.
How old is Unai Simon? 24, is it?
Okay. If
Definitely
he's-
younger
if-
than De Gea.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
that's
24.
for sure lah. 24, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I feel like if you're, I mean, he's a very experienced keeper lah, and De Gea is one of the best shot stoppers in the Premier League lah. I cannot look past that. Like he's prone to mistakes, no doubt. I'm like the simple ones he might still let through lah, but in terms of shot stopping, the insane saves he still makes it lah. Like the reason why we managed to qualify for the Europa League final was because of his insane game against Roma. He
Right.
single-handedly, and the thing is, imagine we had bottled that. Like, oh my god, we had a massive lead in the first leg, and then just because of De Gea, we managed to stay in the tie. It was, yeah. I mean, when he can still put up performances like that, I don't understand why he's not being considered for the Spanish first team. And the fact that he hasn't played a single minute is quite. I find it quite hard to believe, personally. Even, I mean, putting my Man U bias aside, I just feel like a quality keeper shouldn't be benched. Is all I'm saying. Unai Simon, I think made a few good saves as well. I'm not discounting the fact that he's not he's a bad keeper or what, but I still feel like De Gea should have had some minutes in the whole tournament. That's what I feel.
Well, I mean, the last time De Gea played in a major tournament for Spain was the 2018 World Cup. So I guess they really don't want to take that chance. Maybe, I mean, you can't blame them, what? Because or maybe, I mean, you don't know the season that Unai Simon has had. Maybe he's had a fantastic season. I mean, I don't know.
Okay,
I'll
what?
put my
He's from
hands up.
Bilbao, right?
Yeah.
It's from Bilbao. What? I
it's from
remember
Bilbao.
Bilbao were mid-table side. So I don't understand how he could have had a better season than De Gea. That's my thinking.
But he
I mean, okay. I mean, you can't say that also. Okay, in a way, I can also find the counter argument by saying, like, for example, Aston Villa's Emi Martinez had a very good season, but we don't really see that. Maybe Bilbao might have been worse off without Unai Simon also. That could be a point against me, lah. But yeah, I guess I can't really say. But at least on face value, I still feel De Gea has a lot to offer, lah.
Right.
That's my point.
Okay, so we just talked about the Chiesa goal, right?
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes later, big Alvaro Morata stepped up to score. And
Yeah, it's a good goal,
honestly,
honestly. It's a
yeah,
good
it's a very very good goal. But with the benefit of hindsight, he could have just spared everyone the suffering and just missed it. Honestly, it's like, oh come on, could you imagine like you score a goal to equalize only to miss in the penalty shootout? Dude.
I was saying like when he was taking the penalty, like if he misses, he's gonna get massacred in Spain.
Dude, I knew
Absolutely.
he was gonna
I
miss.
was I felt it, I felt that. I personally felt that for Morata.
Dude, I
Oh my
knew
God.
he was gonna miss. It's the story of his career.
Yeah.
He's destined to be the hero and the villain at the same time.
Yeah, as in, I mean, okay, but the goal he scored was very, very good. Like, I mean, that was the lack of, the lack of quality in terms of finishing that Spain had in the whole game. And I think Morata provided that. That was a good finish. Because Donnarumma being a 6'7" keeper, it's a game of wits at that point, and it's a split second decision. I mean, time to make that decision to whether to go left or go right. He managed to guess the right direction. I'm talking
Right.
about the goal, by the way, because Donnarumma dived the other way.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it was in terms of it was just his body shape. I think he sort of fainted like he was going towards the right, which caused Donnarumma to dive to that side. But he managed to go to the left and score. So
Right.
fair, full credit to Morata because that's a very, very good goal.
Yeah.
And I personally thought that it's going to end 1-0 at that point because Spain were, as usual, just like I felt like they were just hitting against a wall. Like it didn't seem like they're going to create any clear-cut chance, but that was the only clear-cut chance I think it created the whole game, and then they took it. So yeah, I think it's after that I knew it was more likely than not going to head into penalties at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
It's. Oh, I feel for Morata, honestly, but to be fair, Spain have no one else to blame but themselves. If I'm being very, very honest.
Oh yeah, Sabah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, some of the. Okay. We'll get to it. So, is that all for the second half? You guys want to move to extra time?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. So in extra time, once again, Spain had a few chances. If I remember correctly.
I don't remember Italy having a chance at all in the second.
Yeah.
I mean the extra time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was
I don't
a
remember,
there was a free kick from I forgot who took the free kick. It might have been Oyarzabal, but is the one that was drilled straight towards the far post from
Oh,
like
yeah,
35
yeah.
yards out. It was
Who
quite
was
smart.
that,
It was quite
It was
smart.
and it's a very smart save actually. That was like the best chance I think of the
Right.
extra time
Right.
itself.
Because the free kick the box was filled with players, and the free kick taker decided to take a chance in maybe collecting something from the rebound.
Yeah,
But,
actually it was very, very close. It was actually not that far away from going in
Right.
at that point in time.
Right.
But yeah,
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't to be and
Yep.
that's the only sort of clear cut thing I remember from the extra time. Is there anything you guys want to say? Because the
There's
extra time, I
nothing
don't really think much happened apart from Spain
I mean,
having.
all of us were sleepy at that
No,
point.
as in,
Yeah.
nah, but Spain had chances and and I feel they let it go. I think overall in terms of shots during the match, I think Spain could have easily put things to bed. I mean, but Italy also had some brilliant like runs of play.
Yeah.
I don't know who it was, but someone did they did like a flick, like the one that Firmino does, and
Ooh,
they set Immobile through.
I think it was Chiesa again.
Ah.
I think it was Chiesa again. It was like because there was a guy on the right as well.
Uh-huh.
I think it was a right back was coming flying down the flank, and then it at that time from a spectator's point of view, it seemed like the stupider decision to actually go for the striker, but it turned out to be a fantastic decision because he actually got a shot away.
Yeah.
But, I think the angle was tight. I mean, the angle was tight, so you couldn't really do much about it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think Chiesa was probably the man of the match for me. Yeah, and I think overall Italian defense, I thought was quite resolute quite defiant because they didn't really. I mean, despite all the chances that Spain were creating, because I think they were dominating the midfield better, but they didn't really allow them a clear-cut chance. And I think you should give credit to the the Italian defense for that because they were able to close down the spaces, rush their shots, make them take long-range shots. Apart from the Morata goal, there wasn't any shots of note within the box, I would say. And yeah, that is ultimately down to how structured they are under Mancini. And yeah, I think full credit to them. I think Chiellini and Bonucci are like the epitome of the classic Italian defense. So
Yesterday was their 325th game together as a
that's
centre back
bad.
pairing.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of people are saying that Chiellini is going to retire after this tournament, but I feel if he's come this far, he's 36.
Yeah.
I think he's going to push one more year and just play the World Cup, see out the World Cup.
Do you all see the Chiellini and Jordi Alba handshake?
Yeah, I did.
Before the penalties.
I did.
Jordi Alba was having none of it.
Yeah, dude.
I thought Jordi Alba was going to punch his face. Oh my god.
Jordi Alba he was having the head in the game, but eventually it amounted to nothing.
I mean, Chiellini had the last laugh like the end.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. I mean, Chiellini was having so much fun. And it's just absolutely no reciprocation at all.
Oh my god.
Okay, so now that brings us to also one more thing. Sorry, before the penalties, I just want to say that Morata's goal was very, very reminiscent of the Spain from 2008 to 2012. Very nice, quick passing it into the net. I liked it a lot.
Speaking of which, I mean, I got reminded of Pedri as well. What a game!
Yeah.
What a I don't know what's his passing accuracy in the end. I mean, it was 100% the first half, and then the commentators were saying that it dropped down to 99% in the second half or something like that. And he covered the highest distance. I saw it while taking a picture of the stats. I actually saw it.
Right.
He covered 14.9 kilometers in the match. For an 18-year-old to do that in a in a Euro semi-final.
Yeah.
Luis Enrique said even Iniesta wasn't that good at 18. So the kid has a bright future ahead, safe to say.
Sure. Right. He also he still doesn't have a driver's license. Like the commentator said that yesterday.
Yeah. He's a very, very good talent, lah.
Yeah.
He's benching Thiago, That's mad.
Yeah. But to be fair, I think I can see where Spain are going with their national team. They are giving, like at certain positions, they are giving priority to younger players, which is good.
Yeah.
Because it helps to secure a future. Because Thiago's generation, they've done it. Not Thiago on his own, but the players who are of that age, they've done it.
Yeah.
So I feel it's the right step for the Spanish national team to focus a bit more on the youngsters, which is once again it's circling back to the De Gea point. So I just feel they are giving younger players more of a chance. I think even if they're clearly not suffering right now, but even if they were, I think it'll be sort of like sowing their seeds for the future, which is. But honestly, this Spanish team, we have to see a few more bright young talents. I feel for them to really be like world beaters in maybe 5 years.
They need a proper finisher more than anything else.
Yeah, that's true. They are really, really suffering, and because I think even in the golden generation of Spanish football, their midfielders were fantastic finishers. Like you're talking Fabregas, Iniesta, they all could finish. Yeah. So, I think that's their immediate concern after being knocked out of the tournament right now. But before we get carried away, let's talk about the penalties. The penalty shootout. I mean, I don't know what to say for Spain because they honestly had the best start possible. The first penalty kick by the opposition team, they are going first. They've missed it. Immediately, you have the upper hand. So
Dani Olmo, step up. Dani Olmo.
Exactly. Step up, Dani Olmo. And
puts it into the stands.
Yeah, dude, there's no excuse
for me, right? I can accept it if a penalty is on target and the keeper saves it. It doesn't matter how bad the penalty is, because at the end of the day, it's a lottery in my book. But you don't give yourself a chance at all by skying it. And for me, I cannot accept the fact that a player misses a penalty, doesn't keep the penalty on target. As a professional footballer, you're supposed to be able to keep it on target at the very least.
Yeah.
So I mean, that to me is unacceptable. So
right.
Yeah, I mean, Spain, I think, have been horrendous at penalties throughout the whole tournament so far. And I think it finally caught up to them on the big
I mean, it was bound to happen.
Game.
It was bound to happen. Did they knock out Switzerland on penalties as well? They did, right?
Yes, they did.
So they knocked out Switzerland on penalties. And they beat Croatia on extra time. So, or 3-1. Yes, I remember that now.
Yep.
Okay.
Busquets hit the post first up. I remember.
Yeah.
If you remember correctly.
I do. So okay, so the thing I want to talk about is, even after, like, which first of all is crazy that you're not even hitting the target. After that,
Yeah.
Italy are strong enough mentally that they came back. Belotti scored, and Gerard Moreno scored. It's a very good penalty. It's the top corner one, I think, top right
That
corner.
was nice.
Yeah, that was the
was
best
good.
penalty of the shootout overall.
Really better than
Oh.
Jorginho's
Top.
or Thiago's.
Okay, Thiago. Okay, Jorginho was one of the very calm, but in terms of quality, who is not like the keeper not saving it, I would say.
I mean, it's very hard to argue against the top corner finish.
Thiago for
So
me.
yeah, it's very hard to argue against the top corner finish. But I preferred Thiago's penalty, and Jorginho's penalty, Thiago's
Jorginho or
penalty.
Thiago?
Then
Come on, guys.
I think
Take
Jorginho.
the
dude.
dash.
I think Jorginho, because
Jorginho for Ballon d'Or. Do you all see the Italian newspaper quoting it?
Oh my god, yeah.
it's
Apparently, if he wins the Euros, he's front runner for the Ballon d'Or. Which I mean, if that actually happens, right? You imagine the amount of work Lewandowski has put in.
yeah, it's a shame, dude. It's
Yeah.
such a shame.
I mean, I think the biggest guy who will feel hard done by is probably Lewandowski. Oh my god.
Yeah. It's
How many
ridiculous,
seasons? The season he actually does well, they take out the Ballon d'Or because of COVID,
Yeah.
Mm.
and then the next season some guy wins the Euros, he gets the Ballon d'Or. I mean, what
It's,
even?
ridiculous. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's finish the penalty shootout first. So okay,
Mhm.
Bonucci scores, and then Thiago scores, and Bernardeschi scores, and then step up Alvaro Morata. This is I knew. So I was watching the highlights, and I went into the highlights blind, so I didn't know the score or anything. So I was watching. The moment I saw that Morata was taking the penalty, I knew those guys were missing. And I mean, no, not those guys. I knew he was missing. It fits into his character arc so well. Like he's
Even
he's
when
the
he
guy
has a
who,
good game, he
He's
has a
like-
bad game.
yeah, even when he scores, he has a
Good
bad
game,
game. Like, it's ridiculous, and I feel for him, honestly. I
What do you think is Morata like? What do you think he should do going forward, like to improve? Like, what is his game lacking, if you like to put it?
oh dude, I don't know. Like, how do you train? Just train finishing, dude. From
Shooting till-
dawn till dusk. Yeah, just train
Yeah.
shooting.
Down till dusk.
Shooting inside the box and one-on-one. Seriously, like,
Yeah.
as
Because
long
I
as
think he has everything else, right? He has the movement, he has passing, he is
Mhm.
very good. He's a very good header. He just is missing that finishing touch, I think.
yeah, which
Yeah.
is ridiculous for a striker. I
Exactly.
mean, yeah,
It's the
if-
one thing you're supposed to have as a striker.
Exactly. It's like, okay, never mind. It's like a juggler missing both his
and the
arms.
fact that Spain aren't able to churn out any better strikers than that is quite.
Yeah.
To me, it's quite appalling.
Yeah,
lah.
there's
Yeah,
that
it is.
as well.
Yeah, it's true.
Like at that, even the 2008, they had like David Villa, who wasn't. He was a good striker, but wasn't like the all-time great kind of striker, I would say.
Yeah.
But he's still a quality finisher, and the
Yeah.
fact that Spain, with the wealth of talent they've always enjoyed, the fact they're not able to produce. I think the problem with, maybe, that is my view at least. Problem with Spanish football is like all of them are good passers of the ball, but they are only able to hit the jackpot in terms of finishing for the golden generation. But so far after that, they haven't been able to do that.
I mean,
I would say.
they did have Diego Costa, but
yeah, they did,
yeah,
but,
but
they
that,
weren't able to make an impact as they
Yeah,
would have
right.
liked. Yeah,
yeah,
that's a problem.
And honestly, I don't know what Spain are gonna do for their striker problem, because honestly speaking, if they had any other striker of just a slight quality, right, they'll be starting above Morata. Like,
Mm.
so not starting above Morata, they would have taken the penalty over Morata, which I just feel so bad for him. There's so many questions in my head. Like, I'm wondering why he even put his name up, if I'm being honest. Like, but I understand you want to be the hero and everything, but
I mean, this point actually came out when we were watching the match last night,
yeah,
and I think what Vikas said was correct last night. He said that as a striker, you are expected to be taking a penalty.
yeah,
You should be one of the first names on the list. So
yeah.
invariably, he would have stepped up at some point.
Yeah,
Just
that's true.
maybe he should have done it earlier. Less nerves.
Yeah, maybe.
That might have helped. Who knows?
Maybe. So okay, so he misses, and then Jorginho takes a penalty, which I need to talk about Unai Simon reacting first. every keeper, at least in the Premier League, every keeper knows how Jorginho takes a penalty. He missed 4 penalties last season purely because of that. Because keepers studied the way he's taking a penalty. They know that he does like a massive skip to see
Hop, skip, jump.
yeah, to see which way the keeper goes first. And here you are in the semi-final of an international tournament. You know, I mean, I refuse to believe that Unai Simon did not know how Jorginho would take a penalty. Surely it must have been discussed. If it wasn't discussed, that's an even bigger problem.
Pretty sure. I mean, the fact that they've been to a penalty shootout before, definitely the goalkeeping
Exactly.
coach, goalkeeping
So-
backroom staff would have definitely gone through. Okay, this guy takes the penalty this way, and
Yeah.
Jorginho is probably the designated penalty taker as well.
He
because
is.
Yeah,
He is.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I mean, they
I
haven't
think
taken a
it's the-
penalty in open play yet, so we don't really know that. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
probably he is, like, because he is the penalty taker for Chelsea, so
Yeah.
highly likely he is, unless Immobile is the one that's taking it for Italy. But I mean, that aside, I think you're right in the fact that Unai Simon shouldn't have died. But perhaps some of the things I feel like when during a current situation, you need to sometimes plans go out of the window and you just follow your instinct, and that's the thing I
But that's
think happened to Unai Simon in the end. But I know at a professional level that is unacceptable.
Yeah,
yes.
that's a bad thing because
But
you have-
that's also what makes and breaks, or rather, makes and breaks the tournament. In this case, for Spain, it broke, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
not even like a particularly new thing as well. Balotelli was playing in Italy, for Italy in like 2012. Even when he was playing for Man City in 2010, 2011, that's exactly how he would take a penalty. But he wouldn't do the skip. Balotelli would almost stop, like he would do like a jerk to see which way the keeper is diving. So it's like it's been around, dude. So I don't understand why he dived so early and he made himself look like a fool. He made Jorginho look like a king, and
But mind you, it was a very good penalty.
it was. No, I'm not taking anything away from the penalty. I'm just saying, give yourself more of a chance. Like the moment he reacted when Jorginho skipped, that's it. Jorginho scoring. It's unfortunate. Overall, it's personally, if you ask me, Spain, given the fact that their finishing has been so bad and they've been taking games to extra time and penalties and winning there, I just feel like maybe it was only a matter of time. I feel. I mean, they held Italy to a draw in the 90th minute, so maybe you can give them credit for that. But then that is overshadowed by the fact that they could have won themselves. What, 2-1, 3-1? So
Exactly.
I mean, I think well deserved result. Honestly, Spain should be nowhere near the final given the current state of their team. I don't even think they should be anywhere near the semis, if I'm being very honest. But that's just the way it goes.
It's like a proper tournament scrap for them, and
Yeah,
I think, I mean, we thought that maybe they had what it takes to cross the line, but they didn't. In the end.
Yeah.
I think also has to do with the team spirit put together by Man City. Their togetherness overall, like, I feel like that is taking them far in the tournament, even though they're not exactly putting in the type of performance you want to see from a potential Euros winner.
Right.
But I think that could possibly take them over the line. And I mean, if you want, are we ending it soon?
I think so. Yeah, we should be finishing soon.
I mean, before that, maybe do you guys feel it's coming to Rome?
No, okay.
Is it coming home to Rome?
Honestly, if any team are beating England, I think it's Italy. They just seem
Denmark.
they just seem unstoppable. Okay, but I mean,
Yeah.
if that
I mean,
happens,
most likely,
if Denmark beat England, Italy are winning. There's no questions asked. Like,
Okay.
I feel like England will win today. But I mean, historically, my predictions are terrible. So,
Oh, that's good. That's good, Vicky. I like it.
Yeah.
So okay, so I feel that England will win, and if England go to the final, I think anything can happen, because it's a singular match. Anything can happen. But if anyone are beating the seemingly unstoppable England, it's definitely Italy. Like they are just incredible. I mean, they have the perfect blend of both team spirit and individual performances. I mean, you have Kizea and I mean, there was Spinazzola, but unfortunately he's been injured. But those kind of players showing their individual talent, and you can see the way that the team is organized every single time they defend. So as a team, they are doing very, very well. Also, is that kind of well-rounded team that is those kinds of teams that usually win international tournaments.
Yeah.
So
I think
feel,
Arjun made this point about the system, right? Like the
Right.
teams with good, like tournament football is about having good systems. I think so far England and Italy have done it very, very well.
Mhm.
Like Denmark, I think they're good, but until they actually go to the final, we don't really know whether that actually works. Right now,
Right.
England are hot favorites. So yeah, I mean, I think I agree with BK to an extent.
England are hot
I-
favorites for English fans, dude. I think more people
I
expect Italy
think,
to win.
I mean, for a neutral, I asked you just now. You told
Yeah.
me England are going through. So, I mean,
You mean wait against Denmark?
against Denmark. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
You
okay.
said
I
that,
thought
yeah.
I thought you were saying for the tournament. Okay, my bad.
Oh, no. Never,
My
never.
bad, my bad.
That is never a case.
My bad.
I'll never
I-
say that.
I-
No,
I-
even if they win the Euros this time, I'm not saying they're going to win Euros or World Cup or any
Dude,
subsequent
yeah,
Euros. That's
dude,
never happening.
they're historical
England.
bottlers. They're historical bottlers. But honestly, I read this thing on the internet. Someone was saying, because people still don't want like England to go through, people still want England to lose, and they said at that point only 4 teams remained. It was Spain, Italy, Denmark, and England, which are the semi-final teams, and they said, imagine not supporting the team who hasn't won the tournament yet, the only team that hasn't won the tournament yet, which is England. And someone replied, that's because their fans act like they win it every single week. So
That's true though.
Yeah, that's very, very true, honestly. I mean, come on, they were chanting it's coming home with like the easiest group in freaking World Cup 2018. Come on, dude. I mean, it's hard to support
Okay, I
a team
wouldn't,
whose
I wouldn't,
fans are
I wouldn't
like
blame
that,
the hype though. They were in the final four, so
Yeah,
you cannot
yeah,
really
yeah.
criticize that.
I
But,
agree.
I mean, you can still say that throughout the years, with all the teams they've had, they've never actually done anything of note. But the
Yeah.
fans will still,
it's-
as
I
you
mean,
said,
it's-
they won. They talk as if they're the 5-time world champions. Like,
Yeah, it's not so much that they said it, it's how early they started saying it is what really got to me. But honestly,
Before the tournament started.
yeah, if England wins, there'll be a silver lining for me as well. I mean, with Jordan Henderson gets a Euro title, international trophy, I'll take it. But yeah, I honestly don't know who to root for, to be honest. I mean, despite me saying all this anti-England stuff, I don't know if I should.
he will.
That's
I can
assuming
tell you right
England
now,
go through
on
it all,
air,
lah.
both of these guys will probably be supporting England. I mean, maybe not Tarun, but I can see BK supporting England.
Tarun, you won't support England?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, if they win, I'll be happy for Henderson, but I'm not going to be supporting.
Yeah,
England.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Dude, that's pretty much my only
I mean, okay, the same thing
incentive for
was
supporting
technically
England.
said for the 2014 World Cup. What you were like sort of on the fence who to support, then you support England in the end. Remember?
Yeah, I did. But I mean, those were the days.
I feel.
I was a bit more stupid.
Then they
lah.
get knocked out in the group stage.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, they did.
That's what
I
the days
did-
we used to watch in the CCs.
and I mean they got pretty badly beaten by Italy as well. Remember in 2014 World Cup? Yeah.
That's the corner tactic we always keep trying.
Yeah, the dummy by Pirlo, and no, wait, the dummy wasn't.
Yeah,
by,
I think it's played by
yeah.
Pirlo. If I'm
Yeah.
not wrong. Yeah.
Oh, dude, it was that was a different time. It was good times, but yeah, but I won't be supporting England. I'm just saying, if they win, I have something to feel happy about. If in terms of which team, oh man, it's tough. You can't even say that England don't deserve to win or anything. They do actually. So I mean, we'll
They
see.
haven't considered a goal in
Yeah.
the tournament.
I mean,
They haven't
all
considered.
this is assuming they win against Denmark in the first place.
Yep.
We'll see what happens with that. I want to end the episode. Do you guys have anything?
Tarun,
anything else to
last
say?
thoughts. Who's winning it?
Italy.
Okay.
Nah, I think I'll say Italy also.
Okay. Interesting. I'll be a devil's advocate at this point. England is
Okay.
coming home, boys. That's
Okay.
cool.
You don't have to. That job is the devil's advocate position is already taken up by Pramod. So there's
But
really
he isn't there,
there's,
so I'll
there's,
feel
there's no
issues today.
pressure.
I
Okay.
feel issues today.
Okay. So yeah. So is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've come to the end of today's episode. Stay tuned for tomorrow's episode where I'll be covering the England and Denmark game. Let's see if England go through, or let's see if history repeats itself and they bottle it yet again. But to be fair, I don't really see it happening this year. But we'll see tomorrow. So be sure to join us for that. We'll definitely be uploading it on all our platforms, Instagram and Spotify, YouTube and Spotify. So yeah, I guess that's the end of the episode. Before we leave, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the video, follow us on Spotify, follow us on Instagram at the Next Team SG. And with that, I think we've come to the end of the episode. So thanks, guys. Thanks for your support. See ya.
Ciao, guys.
Bye.